Hello, friend. This is Ryan Hicks of TalkToProfit.com, and a viewer had a very good question. They wanted to know if they always needed to be monitoring their thoughts every second of the day to make sure they're positive and not negative, because for them it felt difficult and time-consuming, and it was actually making them more negative. And this is a common experience sometimes people can have, where they have such a long history of negativity that when they focus on their thoughts, because their thoughts are naturally going to negativity, it makes them more negative. It's kind of a self-fulfilling thing. And that's obviously not the goal of what you're trying to do. You're trying to focus on the positive, on the good. But God has created us in such a way to where we can know, without sitting there micromanaging our thoughts, even though you do need to have discipline and control your thoughts, but you can know the kind of thoughts you're operating in, the vibrational state you're operating in, by the way you feel. You know when you have negative thoughts that you get that feeling in the pit of your stomach, that sick feeling sometimes, that uncomfortable feeling. You know when you're having a negative thought, even if you're not focused on, what am I thinking right now? That sick, that unpleasant feeling, even if it's very light, that's a negative vibration. You're operating and thinking in a negative state. You have negative thoughts. But you also know when you're having positive thoughts. Now I'm talking about when you're not focused on, what am I thinking now? Because the way you feel good, you feel upbeat, you feel happy, you're in that high vibrational state. You feel joy, you feel peace, you feel love. You know that, just naturally. You feel good. Have you ever woke up in the morning and thought to yourself, I woke up in a bad mood? People talk about waking up on the wrong side of the bed. Or you feel like, man, I feel great today. I woke up in a good mood. That's a good vibration you're operating in. You started out in. It could be because you went to sleep the night before thinking positive, uplifting thoughts about what you're grateful for and the goodness of God. And so you woke up in a state reflecting what you put your subconscious mind into as you went to sleep. Very often people go to sleep at night thinking about the things they're worried about, fretting about bills, and this person did this to me, and oh, I got to go to work tomorrow, and all these negative things that bother them, that put them in a low vibrational state, that make them feel bad, which is a sign they're thinking negative thoughts. They go to sleep in that negative vibrational state, and they wake up, quote unquote, on the wrong side of the bed, or in a bad mood. But that's the only thing they could have got, because that's the seed they sowed. That is what they planted. That is what they planned for the day by what they did the night before. But you don't have to monitor your thoughts all the time. Your feelings show you where your thoughts are going, the path they're going. Because you could think of a thought that could technically be considered positive by some, and yet it could still put you in a negative vibrational state if your approach to it is wrong, or if you're thinking about something good, but you're thinking, I don't have that. And so it drags you down. What you need to do is, if you notice yourself starting to feel bad, you notice those feelings that God gave you, think about this. Let's step back a little bit. God created you to be like Him, in His image and likeness. Actually, I need to rephrase that. He didn't create you to be like Him. He created you like Him, in His image and in His likeness. Not in the image of something else, but in the image of Him, in the likeness of Him. So that is the way you're created. And you have been given this ability to feel these emotions, these feelings that show you the vibrational state you're operating in. They literally are your tool in this life, in your physical body, to show you where you're going. You're in that, you're feeling negative, you're feeling down, you're feeling unpleasant, you're feeling in a bad mood. You are going down a path to receive and reap negative things. But you feel upbeat, positive, joyful, full of love, peace, you are heading down a path to reap good, positive things. And God built that directly into you. You can know. That's the tool built into your physical body to show you which way to go, to show you to tweak things. You don't have to sit there and micromanage every single thought that comes to your mind. Of the thousands of thoughts, is this positive, is negative? Because that generally doesn't do any good. But when you feel bad, you know you're in like negative vibrational state. You don't even have to worry about what the thoughts are. You just start thinking about something positive. Start focusing on the good. Start focusing on the goodness and the blessing and the infinite abundance of God. That will put you in a high, positive vibrational state. And you'll start to feel better. And this is known in the physical world. Psychology and all these studies in neuroscience all prove this. How quickly you can go from negative to positive. But you know it in the spiritual world, you know it in the metaphysical world, above the physical world that we operate in as well, that you get in that high vibrational state, that positive state when you're thinking about something good. It doesn't matter the negative thoughts that happened before. You're not focused on them, you're not micromanaging them, you just move to positive. And eventually, with enough time and practice, you'll be operating that positive vibrational state more often than not. And those negative times will be very rare, and because you've disciplined yourself, you'll be more likely to move past them real quickly. More likely to recognize them as something you don't want, and just move to positivity. Not because you sit there and micromanage every single thought, is this positive or negative? And drove yourself crazy with that kind of stuff, but because you used the tool God gave you, you saw the feeling that you were having about this, and you moved to positive. And if you are positive already, you already feel good, you just keep doing what you're doing. Doesn't have to be micromanaged, doesn't have to be nitpicking every single thought and criticizing yourself, because that's just getting into negativity as well. Just keep focused on the positive. And as you go throughout the day and you notice a thought, whether positive or negative, doesn't matter, choose to think about something positive. Even if you already were thinking about something positive, just make a conscious choice in this moment, I'm going to think about something positive. And you can do that. Not micromanaging your thoughts, but just, what am I going to think about right now? Positive, and start thinking about it. And if you were in a negative vibrational state at that point, that's going to be even better for you because now you're going to positive vibrational state. You're operating in that positive mindset. You're following Philippians 4:8. You're thinking about only those good things. My friend, you do that, you're going to have a blessed life. It doesn't require any micromanaging your thoughts. It doesn't require nitpicking and beating yourself up over negativity that you thought at one point. You just move to the positive. Anytime you think about it, move to the positive. And eventually that will be your predominant vibrational state, and your life will reflect the positivity that you are vibrating in. My friend, I pray this is a blessing for you. May God bless you richly.